Hello, I'm going to be showing you how to make fudge tart cookies today. Is there a special meal or snack that you always loved as a kid and love even more so now because you're older? That was fudge tart cookies for me. And now. Well, they were a special tradition as a kid. We made them during the Christmas holidays, and they were fun to make. I made them with my sister, and when done, they're definitely delicious. I'm not sure of the origins of the cookies, but they're passed down from my grandmother to my mother and to me, and eventually when I have kids, I will pass this recipe on. First, you will turn the oven on to 350, which I already did. Then mix together 1.5 cups of flour, which I just put in the bowl, as you can see. Put 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Put that in. Sort of mix that together so you can get the salt in there. Then you're going to be putting 1/2 cup of butter in there, softened butter, make sure. And then you're going to cut that with a fork so that it has more of a flaky texture to the dough. Just mix it together. This might take a minute because there's a lot of flour here. Make sure you get the flour gets in, all the flour gets in the butter. It's not going to be it's not going to be one blob yet. You still have to mix a couple more things in. Alright, we're going to put 3 tablespoons of water in there now. I already measured it out into this bowl, which I can measure out again. Certainly. 1, sprinkle it on there so it gets everywhere. 2, 3. Okay, so after the water, we're gonna put 1 teaspoon of vanilla. There's 1/2. Where's the 1 teaspoon? It's right here. Okay. Put that in there. Then you're going to mix that with the fork. And from here, it should go into one blob, as I was saying before. It'll form to make the dough. And you can add a little more water if you're having trouble mixing it all together. Not too much, of course, so it can't be runny. I'm going to need a little more. A little more butter because it's not mixing together too well. Almost there. This cookie is a little bit sugary, so make sure you definitely have a sweet tooth, which I do, obviously. Sorry about the extra noise. It should look flaky like this. Just mix it together with your hand, and it should become one blob. Like that. Okay, so put that aside. Then we're going to go on to our next thing, which is the fudge filling. Get another bowl and you're going to be putting 1/4 cup butter, which is half a stick right here. You're going to put that in with 1 egg yolk. So get an egg, crack it. Well, first get a separate bowl so that in case you mess up, you won't. And then just swish it back and forth until all the white is out and you have just the egg yolk. It shouldn't be that hard. Put the egg yolk in with the butter. And then you're going to be putting 1/2 cup of sugar in there, which I already put the sugar in there, so. Now we're going to mix that together until it's smooth, fairly smooth. It's going to be like yellow looking right now because of the yolk. Should look like that. And then you're going to be putting in 1 teaspoon of vanilla again. There's 1 teaspoon. 1. And then you will be putting 1/4 cup of unsweetened sugar. Toss that in there. This will make it the chocolatey look that you're looking for, almost the finished product for the filling. Now it should look like that, right there. Okay, now we're going to roll out the dough onto mostly sugar but a little bit flour. I'll be right back because I do this on the counter, but I will show you in a minute. Grab the flour and sugar. And then you're going to be using 1/2 of the dough at this point, and then you're going to use the other half later. Here, I'll just turn the computer this way so you can sort of get a visual here what I'm doing. Move that bowl. Just roll it out like that. Not too thin, but I like to put a little flour on the roller so that it doesn't stick. Not too thin, but not too thick so that it cooks evenly. And then you're going to cut them in 2.5-inch squares. Here's an example of one right there. And then you're going to put 1 teaspoon a dollop of that the sugary filling, put it in the center, and then you're going to bring the corners in like this, and then press slightly. Now with the egg that we used earlier, we're going to press slightly, dip your finger in that, and then press slightly with it so that it helps with keeping it together in the oven. And then you're just going to do that with the rest of the cookies. You're going to place it on an ungreased cookie sheet. And you're going to cook for 15 to 20 minutes and take it out, let it cool. And this is what it should look like. Sometimes it'll end up looking like this. A lot of them may look like this, where the corners came off. But they're delicious cookies, even if they do come apart like that. Well, there you have it, a delicious fudge tart cookie recipe. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.